ask for empathy to heal myself, to love all else. Don't carry
Hi. So today is weird. I feel weird. I am a little bit sick. If I have a coughing attack during this,
hi, I'm not lying.
Wanted to kind of make somewhat of a video like this for a long time. And also I feel weird in general, so I feel like now's the perfect time. This video is odd, like I said, and I'm probably gonna say that a million more times, but we're kind of just gonna sit down and talk about the weird concepts that nobody ever talks about because they trigger me. For starters, I woke up really strange today. I could not sleep all night. I was hacking my brains out. Thought I got over being sick. Thought I had a really good immune system. Jinxed myself yet again. Think it's the bad juju. My friend actually texted me the other day and was like, hey, I didn't realize you have a mirror right in front of your bed. That's really, really bad. You need to move it or you need to cover it before you go to sleep at night. And I was like, fuck. Like, is this why my life's a mess? Is this why my life is in shambles? And he's like, yes, absolutely. So I don't know what to do. I think superstitions are very interesting, and I know it's like kind of a cliche to talk about them on Halloween, but I'm not going to be really getting into them so much. It's more just something I wanted to note. When I was younger, I thought that mirrors led to a different dimension, and I think that's where kind of the superstition comes from, is that maybe, I don't know, is this true? It's kind of like your alter ego looking at you 24/7, and literally when I was younger, I had mirrors in my living room. Like, again, I'm born in 1995, so in the 90s, there was like, I had mirrors like lined along the living room. Instead of paint on the walls, there were mirrors. And I used to go up to the mirror, me being the freaky, weird 7-year-old self I am, and I used to whisper to myself, and I used to be like, I'll get you out of there one day, I promise, like, we'll meet. And I know that's really strange and kind of a really weird thing to remember, but literally growing up, I thought that I had a twin girl trapped in another dimension inside of the mirror, and kind of just made me think of that when my friend texted me the other day, and my mirror is across from my bed, and it's kind of like your evil looking at you. I don't know if that's, I just know it's like bad feng shui. According to feng shui, if you aren't sleeping well, a mirror in your bedroom could be the culprit. Mirrors are thought to bounce energy around the bedroom, which may result in restlessness and amplify worries. It's especially important not to hang a mirror on the wall opposite your bed.
Hi, I have that.
About energies, I have a lot of mirrors in my room because I think that different mirrors mean different things. I'm strange. I think if I look at one mirror, it's like, okay, I look this way here. Look at another mirror, okay, look this way here. Another one this way here. I have about 5 off the top of my head mirrors that I could count in my room right now, and obviously they are all kind of on separate walls and different things, and they're probably bouncing bad energies around that I have absolutely no idea of, and that's
Why I'm a ball of anxiousness all the time. But
for me, I always thought mirrors were like, oh, okay, so I know people look at me differently than I look at myself, so I want to get to know myself in so many different ways, and I looked at mirrors as that way, which is strange, but some people have the superstition, the feng shui, whatever. Next concept. Bulk of why I wanted to make this video, and how, not that I've been thinking about it a lot, but the concept of being born, this is gonna take a weird turn, guys, so please bear with me.
the concept of being born.
We never really talk about, like, oh yeah, you're born, woohoo, like,
Bitch, I didn't ask to be.
and now I'm expected to do all of these things and to be a human being and to be a person and to live life and to get a career and to support myself and to live in this world that's kind of so bad, and also to have this theory of like supporting myself financially in the sense that I never asked to do this. And
When I say I'm not like, this is not like my crazy feelings, but people are talking about this. This is a thing, and
I kind of understand it because it's almost kind of selfish. Is that strange? It's almost kind of selfish to bring a kid into like this world, like, not, I don't know, I'm gonna get like weird comments about this, but we live in such a strange time, and like, yes, technology is amazing and we have that. Yes, social media is amazing and we could connect with people, and yeah, there's a lot of cool things, and we are so advanced in like science and, you know, automobiles. We have automobiles, we don't have to ride horses anymore, or like walk through the desert with no shoes on. Like you bring this kid here and now he's like flopping around and you're like, oh, you gotta grow up and be somebody, buddy. Like, cutting you off at 18, cutting you off at 15. So many people do that. They're like, oh,
you're in high school now? Go get a job. Like, get over yourself. Like,
you brought me here! Your parents or whoever, your guardian, kind of makes you feel like you're worthless when they're the ones that literally created you, in the sense of, you can't tell me I'm one thing and expect all these crazy things from me when, like, I didn't ask for this, I didn't want this, I'm just here figuring it out, just like you were here figuring it out, and now you're giving me shit about it, or now you're calling me, you know, thinking your kid is not as good as the other kids, or your kid is not as successful as the other kids. It's like, bruh, like, nobody called the fucking hotline and was like, hi, I'd like to be an active sperm so I could be a little...
But I don't even fucking know how
it works. How does a fetus work? Like, literally, like, hi, I would like to be put in a womb now. Like, how? What? It doesn't make any sense. Like, nobody literally asks for life, and I know that's like so weird, and oh my gosh, it's like so dark. Kind of bear with me for a second. It's just like, I don't know, we all kind of fear death so much, but like, we were brought into life and probably like died previously, and it's like, I'm more scared of life, I feel, than I am of death, because like, death is inevitable and life kind of isn't, and that's the concept.
That's a fucking mood.
I'm so scatterbrained, I'm sorry. When you start thinking of like this weird black hole butterfly effect, right? Like, if I was never born, would I this, would this, that? It's such a chain reaction, the butterfly effect, that movie, that like fucked me up for life. I watched it probably when I was 15, and I sat in my mom's bed and I was like, me. I am really such an anxious person, and I've been through so many like depression spells before, and it makes me kind of, you do ponder those things. You're like, what if I wasn't born? Like, would all of these people be nicer? Would all of these people be a little more compassionate? Would all of these people miss me? Would they feel like their life is empty without me? And I think that's the kind of underlying theme of the weird concepts, is like, I didn't ask for this, you didn't ask for this, nobody here on planet Earth asked to be born. Literally nobody, again, called the hotline and was like,
hey, birth me, bro.
But yet we're all here, and we're kind of structured to figure it out on our own, and if we don't figure it out on our own, and if we ask for help, then that's wrong. I mean, shouldn't we all be helping each other? Shouldn't we all be kind of supporting each other in this little road that we literally call life? Because nobody knows what they're doing. That's just the truth. Literally no one knows what they're doing. No one knows why they're here. No one knows their purpose until one day maybe they find it. I guess like the Kardashians or whatever. They're like, I found my passion in life. Some people find their passion, but they can't physically live off of it, so they can't pursue it, and now it's like, am I wasting life? And it gets into this whole deep other black hole of like, am I wasting my life? Am I just sitting here counting the days till I'm, I don't know, 99 years old, and I'm counting my bottles of beer on the wall, and I'm like kind of confused at all of the things that I missed because I was too focused on being successful or being normal or fitting the mold or making people happy. Like, I think the thing is to make yourself happy, maybe, and I don't know.
That's just a concept, but we're not really gonna go even more into that because I'm gonna spiral.
This kind of brings me into my theory of therapy. Honey, are we better? Okay, I've had my many shares of therapy, and I was gonna make a whole separate video about therapy. Maybe one day I will, but the concept of therapy and the weirdness of it, I feel like people kind of glorify therapy in a fix me type of sense, and that's not what it's about, and that's not what it's there for. And I understand, like, if you want to go to, like, this is strange because it's kind of an unpopular opinion, as I should say, bringing back like the Tumblr lingo, but I don't know, everyone's like, therapy is important, mental health is important. It's like, yeah, mental health is important to you until you have a best friend or a sibling or a mom or a dad or a daughter who is really, really mentally struggling and you don't know what to do and you don't want to help and you kind of just give up and you're impatient about it. People love to play, I love mental health, until they really meet somebody with real mental health issues, not, you know, your casual anxiety. Like that's still very valid, but people like me who last year I literally couldn't leave my bedroom because if I went outside I would faint because I thought I was gonna die. Like weird. Like I'm not comparing like me to like smaller things because obviously I still have daily doses of like very minor things, but like in the sense of, I guess I can only speak from my own experiences in anxiety. Sometimes I hate talking about it because it really makes me like yeah, I couldn't even go to the grocery store to get myself vegetables because I would walk in and I don't know, the bright lights would kind of trigger me for some reason, and in a way they would make me spaz out, so my eyes would start like shaking, my hands would start shaking, I would start compulsing. Look, I'm getting like fidgety thinking about it, and then I would like fall to the floor. So I couldn't go anywhere alone, which made it very hard to be independent because I'm a very independent person. I don't know, just I guess years and years and years of anxiety and thoughts and like crazy things just kind of piled in my brain, and it made me feel, I don't know, you sweep things under the rug for so long, you're gonna trip, and that's what I did. I went to therapy for it, and I want to say the weird thing about therapy is that it does not fix you, but I would think that was a common fact, but it's not. Go to therapy and it's a process. It's a digging grave process. And I'm not trying to be crazy and trying to make like grave and cemetery and whatever references just because it's October and it's almost Halloween in a few days, but it is kind of messed up how many skeletons fall out of the closet when you're in therapy, and you'll sit there and you start talking about one thing, you know, they try to get to know your life. And my first recent, let's say, therapist was so nice. She was dope. I loved her so much. She kind of made me realize that there were so many more things in my life that so fucked up, and it made me spiral so much that like I think I fell into it deeper because I would go there and like, you anticipate going there to talk about what you're going through currently right now, but there are reasons for why you're coping with the things that you're going through right now, and there are reasons for your reactions to things, and start realizing what a horrible life you live. They kind of make it feel like, and it's nothing against her, it's nothing against any therapist or mental health counselor or whatever, it's more just like the process of it. Going to therapy is trying to fix you, right? But it's just only bringing out like the worst in you because you're just thinking of all these things, and now you're in this black hole of thinking about everything bad that's ever happened to you in your life and how horrible people have treated you and why you're acting this way because your dad did this or your mom did this or your this did that, and everyone's trying to switch the blame on other people and other things, and I think you start hating the people around you, and it makes you not hate yourself, it makes you really enjoy yourself, but it makes you question the people you have placed on your chessboard, right? Or your checkerboard.
Chess.
I'm the queen of the castle, and I'm here, the king is my inner self, and I'm guarding it with my whole life, and you think you have these people on your team, but eventually they're out of the game. They don't want to help you anymore. So now you're just fighting these other demons, right? And eventually you're either going to check them or they're going to check you. It's a two-way street. There's nothing else you could do.
That's kind of how it feels in therapy.
You kind of feel bad for dumping all this information on your therapist. At least for me, I'm a very compassionate person. I can see somebody on the street and feel their emotions. Like, I don't know why I think I'm a witch. I probably am a witch. I don't really know, but I'm very transparent. I take everyone's stuff in. I don't know, that's just the way that I am. So when you go to therapy and you see these people reacting to the stories you're telling them, you're like, that story was really that crazy? Like, that doesn't happen to everybody? This isn't how everybody grew up? This isn't how everybody lived? And you really start getting so into it, and it's really messed up. I'm not knocking therapy, I'm not knocking anything I'm saying in this video, but it's just a weird concept that I feel like nobody talks about, and people love to talk about therapy, but they don't like to talk about the pain that kind of comes with it. And I've been to therapists that are really, really bad, sit there and blame me for things that I know I did not do. They try to make you have this accountability for some reason, and you kind of have therapists that are like, well, you really should have approached that differently. I'm like, approached what differently? When I'm 12 years old, I should have thought and weighed out all my options and talked to somebody like a grown man, or like, no, you're wrong. I don't understand, you don't get me. Like, then you kind of start talking to your therapist like they're your parent, because they're trying to be this unbiased opinion, but they're very biased. And at least I've had that with one therapist. I don't know, I had this one therapist. Weird concept. So I had this one therapist who compared her problems to mine to make mine seem smaller, and mine were not smaller. I could not leave my house. I thought that I was gonna die. Like, I would wake up out of mid-sleep crying. I would go to sleep crying. Like, and can't belittle people's problems just because yours are more to the surface. If mine are deep down, then they're deep down, but they're still there and they're my problems. They're not yours. You're not here to spill your info to me. I'm here to spill my info to you, because honestly, that's what I'm paying you to do.
So tacky.
Like, is the world flat? Because I'm jumping off. Like, and there's, to me, great. I think it could be very good, but I also think that it shattered me to pieces. I think that's kind of a wrap on my weird things. I don't know, guys. I woke up in a weird mood. I've been wanting to film somewhat of a video talking about strange occurrences or strange kind of concepts that I think about a lot, because I have a very rambling brain. My brain tells me a lot of things, and some of them are true and some of them are very, very false. I wanted to see what anyone else thought, or if you guys heard of these things before, or whatever. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and follow me over on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!